All right, so the other day, guys, I went snowboarding, okay, by myself, all right? I don't have headphones, so I'm just out there on a mountain, and, I'm left there with my thoughts in my mind, okay?
Just
and
raw dog in the mountain.
Just raw dog in the mountain, bro. Just the scenery. I actually didn't have goggles. I was using safety glasses.
Okay.
I was trying to divide and conquer, do whatever I
Yeah.
could, okay? But it came to me as I was sitting on this lift. I was just sitting there just thinking to myself, I'm like, You guys ever have an aha moment? Like, oh, shit. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah, a few times a day.
What? A few times a day.
But then,
What's your most recent aha moment?
I don't know. You forget them pretty quick. You ever have them and then you forget it immediately?
No, sometimes they're life-changing. Like, one of my most life-changing experience of an aha moment was the fact, like, the slogan of Red Bull and how much it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I found this out. You guys know where I'm going with this? Red Bull gives you wings, right?
Yeah, gives you wings.
I found this shit out in the shower. I was sitting there. I was in the shower, and I was like, holy shit. Red Bull gives you wings. That makes so much sense. Why? Because it's a pick-me-up.
Look at you.
Aha moment, right? It all comes together. It all makes sense.
Oh my God.
You ever hear about the lawsuit against them? Because of the
No,
wings?
No, what do they got? What type of lawsuit?
That's your
You're
story.
saying
too.
wavelength. You ever notice in the ads the wings has 3 eyes?
No.
It's because it used to be 1 eye. Some fucking guy sued them. Like, yo, I didn't get wings, and he won.
Yo.
Look it up, I swear to God.
Yo, that's true. That is so true. No way.
Yeah, so that's why it says, like, it's like 3 eyes and a Z.
Huh.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
Something like that?
yeah.
Dude, people will sue for anything, and sometimes they get away with it.
That's what I mean. I mean, he just thought of it first.
That
And it
is
worked.
that is a person thinking outside the box. But that was not my aha moment on the lift here.
Oh
My
my
aha
It
moment.
wasn't related to a lawsuit against
No.
a big company.
I should
Not at
sue
all.
Red Bull.
I'm sorry?
You were thinking to sue Red Bull? You're like,
No, not this time of year. I was actually sitting there and I was like, I deal with a lot of musicians, musical artists on this podcast, and I've been seeing this new acronym nowadays, and acronyms used to make sense, like PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Are you guys familiar with DSP, that acronym, DSP?
I feel like I've seen it and then just moved on because I don't know
Yeah, I
what
would
it
say
means.
no. I don't know.
Right? We don't know what it means, right? But then I
DSP.
thought about it on the ski lift. I was like, wow. Digital streaming platform.
Ah, shit.
Oh my God. It's right in front
There
of
you
our
go.
face.
Right?
It's right in front of our face.
I guess.
How lazy are we getting? I honestly,
Yeah.
in my opinion, trying to figure out DSP was much more challenging than just saying streaming on all platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my aha moment. That was my epiphany. I was like, wow, this is life changing. And that's how my ski trip went last time.
Yeah.
You have introspective ski trips.
Yeah. Talk to Mary, excuse me. I talked to Mary before I go up on a mountain. Her and I have a
Okay.
great conversation.
Seems
I'm sorry.
dangerous. Seems like that'd be frightening for me.
Now,
Well, that's because you can't know.
I'd be like panicking my entire way down.
it's soothing, bro. It calms you out and makes you mellow. Now, if you were on the mountain on shrooms,
Yeah.
that would be a whole different
Freaking out.
experience.
Just having
Yeah. Probably
full-blown
just sit
panic,
at the
yeah.
top and enjoy it. Don't even go down.
For real.
Just forget to go down.
I'll sit at the top and just watch everyone get off the ski lift and just watch them fall. That's
Yeah.
what I want to do. So, yeah, guys, DSPs, digital streaming platforms, aha moments. Everyone has one. Have you had one? Have you had one? If you don't right now, Michael, do you have one? Have you ever had an aha moment where it's like, damn, that makes sense, and I didn't know that it made that much sense until now?
I'm trying to think. I feel like I definitely had one recently. I was like, no fucking way. But I know you're talking about.
Well, if you think
I'm
about
gonna
it-
think about it and bring it back up.
Please
Yeah.
do. Please do. And with that being said, everyone, welcome to episode 126 of the Middleman Podcast featuring my boy here. We got Matt and we got James. Got that correct?
No.
Damn it. Backwards. Damn it. My fault. My
It's all good.
apologies.
It's all
So we
good.
have James and we have Matt.
Yes,
Damn
sir.
it.
Here
My
he
apologies.
is.
Hopefully this doesn't happen a lot. But you guys are phenomenal individuals. I'm so happy you guys are here. You guys are representing Half Woodie. You're wearing your hat right now.
Yep. Got the half what he had. One of one.
Half
One of them.
Woodie Studios, and you guys reached out to me in regards to getting a show, and you guys had a fantastic portfolio to choose from. You sent me links to YouTube, and I just looked at your page, and as soon as I saw the page, I had to jump on the opportunity to get you guys on the show, because what I love to do on this platform is definitely experiment with new avenues and new people, and I've never had anyone of your creative background, so thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, happy to
and
be here.
reaching out, guys, because it's phenomenal. So why don't we talk about it? What is Half Woodie's Productions, Half Woodie Studios, and where did it all originate from?
I guess Half Woodie Studios is skits and moving on to more.
Yeah.
Started with music videos, moved on to skits. Pretty heavy on the skits now.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just primarily do skits.
Yeah.
We used to do music videos, like, kind of got our feet wet a little bit with, like, shooting and just kind of, like, using a camera and figured it out. I don't know, we were just kind of playing around. Music videos kind of fell in something. James also makes music as well. So
Yeah,
like
skits have now recently become, short films, and now that's going to become longer short films, and then eventually full-length films,
Yeah.
Lots of writing going on and whatnot.
So before all of this got started, you guys had been involved in music videos. Who picked up the camera first?
Probably Matt.
Me, yeah. Actually, it was during like COVID. During COVID, I bought like my first camera, and I was living in this apartment, and I was like
In LA.
in LA. I was in LA, and I picked up a camera. I just bought one online, and I just started playing around with it. Started learning how to use it. Just shooting little stuff in my tiny apartment, just in the sweltering heat, and then just sweating in my apartment, trying to figure out how to use a camera. And then, then eventually I just kept buying more and more stuff. And then I eventually just learned how to use I learned how to,
Yeah, you could say that
produce,
COVID was the birth of Half Woodie, because he was, like, since we were teenagers, we'd always got talked about, like it would be awesome to just make shit all the time.
Yeah.
But he was in LA. I was around here still. But then COVID happened. He came back. I was done with school because COVID happened, and just kind of anybody that was in school at the time, any type of college at the time, Me too. Exactly.
Yeah.
It just kind of like ended, and it wasn't like you could go get an internship or something. Like, it just ended. But so yeah, and then COVID happened. I had no school going on. He moved back home. We were like, let's do this shit. And first was music videos, because like I was in school for like sound design, like music technology. And we always had buddies that like had cameras and stuff. So if I wanted to do some type of music video or something, it was easy to like get somebody that had a camera. But I realized in school, all the musicians I was in class with and whatnot, everybody wanted a music video but couldn't really find the way to do it. So when he moved back home and we had cameras and looked for something to do, it just kind of became like, let's do music videos.
Yeah.
And we did that solid 3
we
years.
did for like 3 years. And we were shooting skits in the meantime too. So like skits was always, I think skits was actually the thing that we were always like chasing to do. But like, I think we were just trying to figure out how to like build a business of some sort.
And
like,
I don't know about you, but I would like to do more like music videos. For me personally, are very fun to make.
Yeah, they're like
fun.
they allow you to be like super creative, because you could just do anything in a music video.
Yeah, anybody who wants to get into any type of like camera work at all,
it's a great,
find somebody that makes music and just offer to make them like free music videos.
Yeah, that's where I primarily did most of my learning. Was just shooting music videos,
and then edit it yourself. You're gonna learn how to do all that, and you don't have to worry about micing anybody up. Sound. Like, we have all these mics going.
You can shoot anywhere, shoot outside.
You're just gonna dub the song anyways. So yeah, I would say music videos, 3 years. We learned our way into it. Then it was like, let's make some skits. Let's be funny.
No, I can understand that, because I mean, time and time again, we have musicians coming to the podcast, and Michael here is the cameraman of the Middleman Podcast. But Michael, how many times do people ask you if you do music videos when they're here?
Yeah. I feel like every time they're like, let me get your Instagram, you make music videos, and I'm like, I don't.
It's not something that he's passionate about. It's not what he wants to shoot, which I understand. So Matt, you just picked up a camera just because you had nothing to do in COVID, or like this was always something that you wanted to pursue and kind of learn?
It was
something you appreciated about film?
Yeah, I mean, like the reason why I lived in LA was because I was trying to I went to film school. I was at Temple. I went to Philly. I went to school there for like a year. And then when I was out in LA, I was like, trying to work my way into, any production that I possibly can. And then, I eventually started to like pick up some jobs here and there. I was doing a few like assistant jobs and production assistant work. And then, of course, COVID happened, and then that shut absolutely everything down. And then I ran out of money. I was working at a shoe store.
Damn.
And then everything got shut down. So, it came time to be like, well, I guess I have to. It's either I pretend, I skirt the rent for a couple months, or I just go home and then be with my friends. Because that was another part of being out in LA I didn't have any friends out there. It's kind of hard to make friends out in LA. So
yeah, Matt would text me from LA, and it would be kind of sad. It would be like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" And it's like, "Not much," and just messages keep coming like, "Yeah, me neither. You want to hang out? You want to come to LA and hang out?"
yeah. But yeah, I mean, and prior to me moving out in LA, me and James went to high school together. So we've always
it started young, like we always.
Yeah, we did a
14. Probably.
Yeah, we had a video production class that we were in together, and we were making skits back when we were 13, 14 years old. So we've always been making videos, and it's kind of just been this weird path that I've been on ever since. Just I've made videos with my family, made videos with my friends. Now I'm trying to, make it my full-time thing.
Take it to the next level, and I think you guys do a phenomenal job with that. So you guys have been friends for quite some time, even since teenagers, huh?
Yeah, 6th grade.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
how old, what is that?
No falling outs, nothing over girls or anything.
I mean, like
homies.
a few weeks ago, we got in a huge fist fight, but that happens every few months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
and
brawn.
Matt always starts it, and I always finish it. And, yes. How old are you in 6th grade? 11, 12, right?
Yeah, I don't know. What is the age for 6th grade?
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, I don't
we'll
know.
go,
grade.
yeah, we'll go with 12.
What was it? We both played trombone.
And then
We both played trombone.
and then we transitioned to the tuba.
They needed 2 tubas. They put us
yeah.
on tuba. That's how we met.
Our love for skits and our friendship kind of was birthed by playing tuba. We were sitting in band class together, and this was when Key and Peele were super big.
Yeah.
You remember Key
Matt
and Peele?
has an iPod Touch with every single Key and Peele skit that ever got made. Not the full episodes, just every single skit.
Yeah.
What's your favorite skit? Come on, there's some great ones. I think one of my favorites is a classic. The one I said, "Bitch," that one.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a classic.
That's a classic.
Yeah. It's hard to say anything's your favorite. You know what I mean? Because I'll watch something, and then I'll watch another thing, and then that thing becomes my favorite thing, and they'll come out with another thing, and I'll be like, "That's my favorite." So it's impossible to just tell you what my same thing with movies, anything like that.
No, I think my favorite one is when the rapper gets arrested and he's in the interrogation room, and they keep using his music to prove that he did crimes, and it catches all the way up that the raps are like, "I'm sitting in an interrogation room and they're asking me questions." It gets it.
No, I love Key and Peele. Those guys are great, man. And you guys do phenomenal skits. You have referenced Key and Peele, and honestly, when I see your guys' skit, I think of College Humor.
Yeah,
I'm sure you guys are aware of College Humor.
College Humor was I definitely kind of liked them a bit. Was they the 2 guys that had the prank contest?
They were multiple.
Yeah, there was
people.
a bunch. Of
yeah,
them.
I don't know if they had a prank contest, so to speak.
Yeah, so definitely Key and Peele, those guys. Whitest Kids You Know.
Whitest Kids
we've
You Know.
been Whitest Kids You Know is on YouTube with ads, and we've been just slamming it, and that show holds up. Whitest Kids You Know is still super fun.
Yeah.
So where did the name Half Woodie come from? Because that is a unique name here. I do like the design work for your logo there. Where does the inspiration come for the logo? Everything like that.
Yeah, the name has nothing to do with penises,
the sexual
erections. It does sound that way. I get it.
It definitely. I mean, it most
it sounds that way to
wasn't,
everybody.
Wasn't our intention.
So it's a bit convoluted. Like we said, we made videos in high school as kids. Back then, there was 6 of us doing it total. And then, everyone gets different interests. Me and Matt did a video. But when we started, we had a 3rd guy. Shout out Andy. He lives in Philly now. He still helps out when he can. So that was the name, is that originally we had 6 people, and we were called the Woody Boys. Because it was kind of like a spoof on Steve Irwin going out in the woods. So we were called the Woody Boys. And then all these years later, when COVID hit, way after high school, and there's only 3 out of the 6 of us. We're just let's just be half Woody, half of the Woody Boys.
And then
but I'm okay with the
it's
penis.
also
it's funny.
a dick
Yeah,
joke.
I'm okay with the dick
It's
joke
also
part.
a dick joke.
Yeah.
So we're
Do a
happy.
lot of people approach you about
Everybody.
Not a single, like, we always thought that maybe, like, people wouldn't recognize it as, it's every single time.
Yeah,
It's like,
we thought, like, that's why we did the stump thug. Like,
it
but,
makes sense, a visual representation. You
Yeah,
know?
it's just.
But even still,
Yeah, everybody
We were-
thinks it's like a porno thing,
Yeah.
but that is funny.
we were, like, thinking
is
about,
funny.
like, merch that we could do eventually, and then a lot of the merch was just, like, soft penises and, like a tree
Hold
trunk.
on, not.
It's not,
like
like a tree trunk
phallic looking tree trunks
that look
if
like
you will.
penises.
Not straight up like.
Yeah,
naked
and
chickens.
we're not pulling JPEGs of cocks and then putting it on a t-shirt,
Yeah.
you know?
Or PNGs. You know.
yeah, I don't think that would sell too well. I mean, you never know. You never know.
You never know.
It all depends on the culture, what you're pushing behind it, you know. So you guys have been creating videos, COVID. We're in 2025 now. So that was like
Is that nuts?
5 years ago,
Yeah.
4 years ago, everything started. I think the earliest
Yeah.
I've seen videos on the page were from 4 years ago.
Yeah.
From 4 years ago.
It
and then-
started slow because it was, of course, that was like a weird ass time too.
yeah.
But like Matt moved home, got all settled in, and then it slowly just came up. Like we would just be hanging out, and then I think it slowly just came like, why not? Why are we just sitting around? Like might as well, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How do you guys go about preparing for your skits, writing your skits? How do these ideas even come to you guys? Because some of them are just, they're great. They're great stories. They're absolutely hilarious. Some of them are extremely relatable, such as the hammock, the hammock video there. But what
That
do you
was
guys?
Maybe the first one not the
One-
first one
not
we
one.
ever posted, but first one we ever filmed.
Yeah.
What is your guys' writing process? What is the thought, the inclination? Like, do they just hit you out of nowhere, or do you guys kind of?
We're definitely finding ourselves getting way more serious about writing. Like now we have an apartment together. We have a studio apartment with one twin bed. We take turns.
Yeah, actually, if you open the door, it's just the bed.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
just the bed. We
it's
can
just
pour
this
anything
bed,
else. No sheets.
no windows.
Matt gets it like every other night. Anyways, yeah. So now that we got a place, we're just like putting final draft up on the plasma TV and writing together. But it wasn't all like a lot of times. It's kind of like we just come up with bullet points.
Okay.
We kind of have ideas. We have like the overall concept.
Yeah.
But now, just recently, we've started like really writing everything down line by line. Like you referenced the coaster one.
Yes.
Like that was one of the first ones we actually had a full set script. We plotted out all the movements ahead of time. So we're definitely getting into like treating it a bit more seriously. But it used to be way more.
It's evolved.
Like, fly by the.
It's evolved over time.
What's made you guys take that next step to make it more serious as to what you guys were putting out back in the early days?
I think just getting better. Like we
Yeah.
just like by the time we started doing skits full time, we did have the 3 years of music videos, but you know, in terms of filming, it's a bit different. But just we're getting better, and you have the hunger you want. We want our videos to get better and better.
Yeah.
So you start figuring out lighting, you start figuring out better mics, you start figuring out better angles, stuff like that.
I also think just having the time too, because like since
Yeah,
we
the
moved in
time.
together, because like when we first, like our first couple of skits was pretty much just like the idea, and then we set up a camera and shot the idea.
Yeah, because we have
Yeah.
to meet in the middle. We live like 30 minutes apart, so we'd have to meet somewhere.
Yeah.
Try to get it done in an afternoon.
Yeah, and then like 90% of that time was spent just bullshitting about whatever, and then we finally turned the camera on, and then
Yeah, because it would be a catch up too. Like we wouldn't have seen each
Yeah.
other all week,
Yeah.
so it
be
would
a
be like
hangout,
catching up and be like, oh, I guess we should film something.
yeah, and eventually it turned into like then it was like bullet points. Like we would try to like direct ourselves through the skit, like start here, end here, got to get to this place.
Improv.
And like
Improv.
tried to improv a bunch, and then now that we moved in together, it's mostly turned into like let's sit down, go beat by beat, try to figure this out, and it's like ever change. We're like getting better at it. We're like figuring, like we're finding like small pieces that we can adjust and get better at. So yeah, it's ever changing.
Yeah, and also since it's us in the skits, like I don't care what anyone says, acting is tough. Even if it's in like a dumb comedy skit, acting is hard.
Yeah,
So having our lines written down instead of having to be an actor,
yeah.
be the
Especially-
cameraman, we're setting up the light. It's usually there's the two
I was
of
gonna
us.
say, especially when you're filming it yourself.
Yeah.
It's like just that much better when you're like not having to think about what the next thing is going to be.
Yeah.
So
Everything's already set, stone, played out.
Yeah.
So did you guys don't have any acting experience? No, correct? You do?
yeah, I did like when I was in LA. You know, I tried.
Yeah.
I gave my hand.
A commercial, a hand commercial,
I
foot
did a-
commercial,
Yeah.
Bunions commercial. What do we got?
Come No, I tried. I threw my hat in the ring of acting, but you know, it's especially when you're LA, you're like you're against everybody.
Mhm.
You were like,
Correct.
You took classes.
May
Yeah,
I
I
ask
took-
what you were
yeah.
throwing your name in a hat in? Like what some of these roles were that you were trying to get?
What's that?
The roles that you were like interviewing
what,
for.
What I was trying
Uh-huh.
to. Yeah, I mean, literally, I even like went as far as getting like an agent and a manager. But the issue was my man. You know, the thing is like you keep getting older, but like my manager kept submitting me for 15-year-old like roles, and like you know like I'm you know like,
Did he tell you look like a
like
15-year-old?
not a 15-year-old boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't. Like that was the thing. Was like it's like the classic LA story where like you try to get a hold of your manager, but they ignore you, and then like you try to like tell them and get in front of them. So like there were like many years that I didn't see my manager, and so I don't think she actually got the chance to see that I at that time was no longer 15 years old. And then so because like when I first met her and I first like got introduced to her, I was, you know, I was actually probably could pass as 15 if I needed to, or like younger age. And that's typically like when people like to submit for like older or younger, you know, because you could pass as either older or younger. So I just kept getting older, and then it kept getting more and more embarrassing. I would show up to auditions, and there would just be like a line of 15-year-olds out the door, and there'd be like there would be me, like a 22-year-old man, like standing in line with these kids, and I would walk in, and they'd be like, "How old are you?" I'm 22, and they're like, "Yeah,
Probably scaring the kids.
yeah."
You're like,
Well,
can you buy us beer after this?
Yeah, I mean, it was.
Why is this other 15-year-old so much bigger than me?
There was one. The worst one was I had a commercial agent, and she sent me out for this like it was for like Old Navy or something. They were doing like some campaign, so like I auditioned for this like Old Navy campaign, and I don't know if my agent thought I was like a different client because I walked into the room and they weren't 50, they were 12. They were like 12.
Oh.
I walked into this room just completely like, they're like, "Hi, man." You can even see they like put their pens down. They're like,
They thought you were dropping someone off.
they're like,
They
"Hi,
thought
man."
you were dropping your kid
They're
off.
like that. No, because I was on the list. You know, I was like, "I'm Matt Trigar," and they're like, "Yeah," like you're here, you're on the list. I'm like, "Yep." And then I'm doing the audition because like a lot of times when you're doing those types of auditions, you're doing it with a bunch of kids.
Oh wow,
So like,
this is great.
I'm doing it with like
12-year-olds.
I'm standing in a room. I have a beard, you know, and then there's all these like 12-year-olds, and then I have to just do the same thing. And then very obviously they just are like, "Yeah, Matt, thanks for coming out today." You know, like,
So those tapes got to be somewhere, right?
I hope not. I hope to God they destroy
They
them.
got to be somewhere.
I hope
Yeah.
they fell somewhere.
I
dude.
mean, if
Hopefully
I may,
the fires may have.
the fire's gone. I mean, if I may, like being in high school with Matt, when he started acting a little bit and getting like little model shoots for what was it, JC Penney?
I did like a little bit of modeling for Boscov's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we went to a school like 600 people, so we thought Matt was the most famous man on the planet. Like we thought, and then
This is interesting. All
Yeah.
right, come on, let's get into it.
yeah, and then I was waiting for you to mention it. Matt did get on a little TV show.
I did.
A nationally broadcasted TV show. You should have saw the Snap stories because this was when Snapchat
right.
was still popping.
What
Every,
TV show?
every motherfucker in school had a Snap story of Matt's face. Like, I know this kid.
It
Which
was-
means
it was-
something.
it
If you
felt
were in
good.
the
It felt good.
Snapchat days, that meant something.
Dude, if I make it on Channel 13, I'm hype as fuck.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get it. I get it.
Yeah.
What was it called?
It's a show called Evil Lives Here.
Evil Lives Here.
And it's like this, you know, like the classic. Every soccer mom has probably seen.
Like
it.
crime
you know?
reenactments. Like it's a
Yeah,
crime
yeah.
show, but the ones that they reenact.
Did you have a
throughout
big
the-
role, or was this?
He was the evil dude.
I was the evil man. I mean, I was like so you know like how crime reenactments where there's the actual guy.
He kills a fucking guy in a barn.
Yeah, I do. I have to slice him and dice him. Yeah. I have to cut him up with this. It was cool. I had this like little prop. What do you call them? Straight razor. And like there was a little squeeze bottle for blood. It was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and we were just kids in high school, and we all could see Matt like on our TVs at home. So it was like we thought Matt was, I don't even know,
well on his way.
yeah, like the most famous human being of all time that
Yeah.
anyone was ever going to meet.
That's
was
pretty
Matt.
wicked, bro. That's pretty wicked. It seems like it's always been in your blood somehow, some way.
I know.
That
That's
that
what-
you were gonna be doing something like this.
For sure.
That's what I mean. It's always been like, it's actually for like most of my life, it's not been something that I actually pursued. For most of my life, it was something that just kept coming up and things that I was doing. Like modeling was essentially just like my, like every kid has a job. Like in high school, and that was essentially just like my job that I did was modeling and acting. And
Wow.
then, it just was something that I just randomly found myself doing. I was doing video classes just randomly. I would like find my, family does a lot of like video stuff. So like it's just been something that followed me for a
That's
while.
interesting.
Yeah, video class in school was like huge for us. There was a video production class that you would just be assigned. Like the assignments was they provided a computer with editing and a little camera, and the assignment was take your group and go make videos. And we just leaned super hard and like we loved it straight off the bat. So I think that class was probably like the formation.
A big like trajectory, a big push to get you guys to
Shout out Mr. O.
Mr.
Shout
O
out
if you're watching
Mr.
this.
O. Yes.
If shout out Mr. O if you're watching this, you made
Yeah,
these boys,
look at us. You made Half Woodie.
All right, so you went to LA, you did some acting, that's pretty dope. Have any of you guys ever tried some stand up comedy or anything like that?
Mm,
James, you said you made music.
I mean, stand up is like a maybe someday in the future, kind of. But yeah, the music thing also kind of came through video because I started making music at like 14, which is about around when we started making videos a lot. And I would edit a lot of our videos back then, and I remember getting almost obsessive with like the sound. Like I would download sound effects off YouTube, and I would just want like if somebody got punched in the face in one of our videos, I wanted it to sound good.
Yeah.
And it just slowly at some point, and I was also just like making beats, like I had Fruity Loops downloaded, and then it just slowly came together like why do my beats sound like this, but the beats on the radio sound so much louder and so much more full. So just as a teenager, got real into like just sound design and mixing, and that led to I don't know anyone who makes music, so I'll start making beats, and that led to I don't know anyone who does vocals, or I'll learn how to do it, and just kind of, and that led to music school. Went to Luzerne actually, but it was always just right hand in hand with like film. It was always something just they were always equal in my mind, always interacting, always doing music videos too. So kind of both. You know?
Yeah, because you need the whole package essentially. I mean, we got the video and we got the sound.
Yeah,
So,
that was when we started. That was genuinely the idea. That was like, yo, I have a sound degree. You got all your video. Like, let's see
make
what we
this
can
happen.
do. Yeah.
So you guys started, Half Woodie Studios, and what was one of the first videos that you guys ever put out? One of the first videos that you ever put out. It's like a comedy skit that really resonated with your crowd, with the public, and everyone watching.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's tough to explain if you haven't seen it. First video we posted that really got a lot of numbers. We called it the pedophile freestyle rap video. And
Oh yeah,
Did you see that
Yeah,
one?
yeah, I did see that. I
Yeah.
did see that.
And yeah, it was just the first one that got a lot of numbers. And at the time, we were trying to plan out our videos so much, and that one was just an idea that we had. Like the third guy in the video with us, our buddy Eric, he's not even like in Half Woodie. He was just hanging
Yeah, he
out
was
with
just
us. We
really
just had
hanging
this idea. There was a bit of drinking
Yeah.
going on. We just did it, and then it was the one. So yeah, and the premise of it is like we were having a conversation about how, like famous music, like R. Kelly,
Mhm.
Diddy,
Yeah,
like
Mr.
famous
Diddy, yep.
musicians can kind of just like get away most of the time with just like
saying some pretty raunchy shit from time to time.
Yeah. And if you go back in time, like the lead singer of like Aerosmith, like married like a 16-year-old, and Elvis married a 16-year-old. So just kind of like, these freestyle rappers that can't stop bringing up the fact they're pedophiles.
So
and Matt's the cameraman just being like, yo, you guys can't say that. You guys can't say that. But that was the first one, and it was so dumb and just off the cuff. And it was like, well, damn, if we could start writing them out a bit and planning it out, then, you know.
And how long ago did you guys record that first video?
I mean, I don't know. That was just a couple of years ago at this point, yeah.
Maybe 2. I think 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
And so the public really enjoyed it. How did that make you guys feel?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people got the joke, which was felt good because it is like a raunchy idea. Like, I feel like I explained it poorly. Anyone's viewing this,
Just watch it.
Just go watch it. Yeah, I didn't explain it well. But when we posted, I remember being kind of worried. Like, I hope people get the joke. You know, I hope they don't think we're like actually supporting this, you know. And we posted, and all the comments and stuff, people got the joke. People understood the joke. So it was just
Were there a few Karens who didn't understand the joke?
Yeah, but that kind of felt good. Like, you need that.
Yeah, for sure.
You need to drink the
It's
hater.
like specifically that like type of like topic brings out some insane people. There's like some comments. If you just look at the comments,
you look at the comments. There's guys going on tangents.
It's like people going on like
people off.
Like super religious, like. Or there's just like insane people like in the comment section that like really brings something out.
We're making fun of the pedophiles. We're not pro
We
pedophile.
aren't.
We're making fun of the pedophiles. We're mocking pedophiles.
Yeah, man, I get it. You know, sometimes you got to tread lightly with some of the things that you say, especially in production with the podcast. You know,
people got it.
We're all worried about it.
We're all good to go because people got it.
We're all worried about, oh shit, is someone gonna like shut us down? Like last week during tea time, I made a Michael Strahan lisp joke, and I'm a little worried about it because I'm like, damn, I might have the lisp community come after me. I remember one time
I thought Michael Strahan was going to come after you.
No, I'm not worried about it. If he comes after me, I'll tell him to come
Whoa, it's Michael Strahan.
Good morning, America. No, if he were to come here, I'd be pretty hype about that. But that, as well as the furry community, we also talked about the furry community and also little people. And I was worried about that because I misused the other word, the M word, if you know what I mean. And I was like, oh shit, do we have to beat that out? But it was the funniest thing ever when I accidentally said it. Yeah. It's, you know, you gotta hope that some people have a sense of humor.
I mean, the furries, they're setting themselves up.
There's sometimes you got.
Oh, come on. We need a furry skit.
Somebody tosses you a pitch.
There might be one on the way.
You're going to slam it.
There might be one coming.
So how often are you guys?
There might be 3 coming.
How often are you guys pre-writing these skits? How long does a production of one video take? How many takes are you guys taking? Are there times where you're reviewing, like doing a video over and over and over again because it's not coming out as you guys foresaw it? Like, how long does it take for you guys to produce one skit?
Usually we try to like stay within a week. So like we'll like start the week with like the idea, like, well, one, we have just like a log of ideas. We just have this like a list of just all these ideas that we come up with throughout. Like,
do you have it?
Yeah.
Can we talk about this list? Can we see some of the things that are bullet pointed on this list?
Yeah, it's the concept is just if throughout our day either of us have even the slightest idea.
You just write it down.
Like some of them are just like we forgot. Like some of them are just premises. So some of them just aren't even like full thought out ideas. Yeah. They're just like a funny premise that we can probably hopefully build into a full skit. But yeah,
Brokeback Mountain, but their hat brims are too big to kiss each other.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
They can't reach each other's lips because the hat brims.
But then you could tell there's sometimes ones that you could tell one of us wrote down thinking we would know what we meant.
Yeah, we look at it and we forget.
This just says traffic stop ASMR.
Yeah, we like, probably forgot. Yeah.
The Rizzler becomes a god.
Yeah,
that's another one.
Michael, do you have something to say? You got your microphone. You look like you're ready to say something.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do the same thing where I write down an idea and then I forget about it. Right when I see it, I can just think of everything I thought about it. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a good like everybody has phones now. If you're any type of creative, like the moment you have the slightest sprinkle of an idea, just get that shit down.
Actually,
it will go away just as fast.
The traffic stop ASMR video is kind of coming back to me now. I'm thinking
Look
about
at that.
Look at that. It's actually So I think the idea was like you know what ASMR is, right?
Yeah,
like
ASMR.
people.
I'm gonna eat this. I can't, bro.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
But for some reason, if a dog's eating a bowl of food, I can watch that.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
Some real shit.
There's plenty of videos
interesting.
on Instagram that I'll sit there and blankly stare at, and then I realize like 2 minutes have gone, and I just watched like a guy dig a hole or something. But like,
those are kind of. I watched it.
yeah, the traffic ASMR was just like, obviously the whole idea is just somebody's like listening to something while they're trying to fall asleep, but it's all just like get on the ground. It's just like gunshots, somebody like a cop throwing a guy out of the car.
Like a traffic stop.
Like
that
a guy
goes
getting,
bad. That's pretty
just
good.
a guy
actually.
getting yanked out of the car.
Yeah, and that's copyrighted to Half Woodie. So
Don't take it, please.
Do people ever come to you guys with an idea or a skit or anything like that, and you guys actually take it and run with it?
yeah, definitely. We got a buddy out in LA who's a very good writer. He helps us out a lot. He was in our most recent video. Matthew Russo, shout out. That's like my 5th shout out so far.
Keep 'em coming, bro.
Yeah.
Keep them coming. Let the people know.
Yeah, anytime he's a fantastic writer. He's always setting us ideas. He always has slight ideas to give us. And just in general, yeah, all of our buddies know that this is what we do. Lots of times. I can't think of anything specific, but I'm sure somebody else has planted the seed. And I'm sure that's happened.
So collaborations. You guys do collaborations with other people as
We
well?
would absolutely love to.
It's
That's one of the
something-
biggest
yeah.
reasons we wanted to come on here and put ourselves out there.
Yeah,
we
I
would
mean, well,
absolutely love to.
With that being said, what are you looking for? Who are you looking for? What type of collaborations are you looking for?
Honestly, just like anybody who's just making stuff.
Yeah,
we're not
comedy.
necessarily-
them, bro.
Yeah, comedy skits. Let's collab. Let's be funny.
please.
I'm fucking sick of this kid. I'm sick of his sense of humor. He feels the same way about me. We can't stand each other's sense of humor anymore. We
don't-
need some new blood.
Outside
make
of this,
funny videos.
outside of this podcast, we actually don't speak to each other.
Yeah, we drove here in the same car, but it was fucking
It
silent.
was a silent car
Yeah.
ride. Yeah, no, we're it's just anybody who's looking to make a video. Anyone who's just trying to be creative, having a good time. Yeah, we're just trying to share our videos and just have people come on. I don't know, like you just like
Yeah,
it's
and-
pretty
and
that, that's
All
simple, I
jokes
guess.
aside,
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, we've been doing this for a minute now. Just if we'd love to work with other comedians. For
Yeah.
sure.
James, how would you describe Matt's sense of humor?
Shit. It's terrible. No, I'm joking. Probably the same as mine. I mean, we're on we write these things together, so we're on the same page with sense of humor.
Yeah.
I definitely think we get focused on different things, but in a good way. Like the things he's worried about, I'm not worried about. The things I'm worried about, he's not worried about. But there's always somebody focused on something.
Yin to the yang, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Exactly,
pretty much
yeah.
like it's like helped us. It really is like there's been certain things that like kind of just exactly what he said, but like I'll pick up on stuff that he might not, and he'll
Yeah.
pick up on stuff that I won't, and then we'll like talk about like work and compromise on things. So like it really is just like a lot of times when we are writing and like coming up with skits, it's like trying to work through each other's ideas.
Yeah, and it's good to have a writing partner, because then it kind of just becomes like trying to make the other person laugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's we're just trying to make we have a concept where we're just trying to make each other laugh. And if you say something we both find funny, it's all right, put it in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of times we sit on the couch and just throw out an idea that's just silent from the other side. So then like it's just
It's
just
like, all right.
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
all-
like no, you don't verbally need to be like, I hate that idea. You just say nothing.
Yeah. And we get you
Everyone
get
gets
the
the
idea. You're like,
message.
all right, yeah, sure. It's gonna be fuck me. Yeah, right.
It's like SNL, the news guys, the guys on the news
Yeah.
for SNL. You
Yeah.
know, the
The,
two of you guys.
Weekend
where you
Update,
write,
yeah.
the weekend update,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Write jokes for each other, things
Yeah.
like that. Those guys are phenomenal. They do Michael Che
Yeah.
and
Actually, that talking to influences, I think we talk. You say not the same for you, but both my parents were huge in SNL. So growing up, all SNL skits were on TV all the time. So that was definitely.
how
something
about
I
Mad
watched a lot.
TV, you guys?
Mad TV, we were just talking about the other night how we both kind of missed the era of Mad TV. Like we both kind of.
I missed it too, but it's good to rewatch the videos.
Yeah, no, I went back and seen videos like Will Sasso and stuff, and it's real funny. But when it was actually on, though, and I wasn't privy to it.
You see, I grew up without cable. I had no cable in my house.
Yeah, Matt didn't grow up.
He
like,
had an antenna.
no, not
Yes,
even that.
quite literally. I had just an antenna, and it was.
Did you have
not
to
good.
hold it?
It was this giant antenna that like sat on our house, and then if the wind blew just right, we might be able to get WNEP. You know, like, and so I had zero TV growing up, and so now I'm just catching up on all of the hot comedy skits of
Matt
the time.
is like Matt grew up like comically
Deprived.
underexposed to any type of media.
Yeah.
Like he didn't know what the hell anybody was talking about.
Yeah, I was just
You
like,
can't make a SpongeBob reference.
Yeah,
if I
no.
drop a SpongeBob reference, he doesn't know.
I'm clueless.
Yeah.
There's just many times sitting at a lunch table in high school where they're all talking about video games or like whatever TV's on, and I'll sit there silently thinking about the wood that I chopped the night prior, you know, or like.
Wait, so
So is that your upbringing? Go ahead, Michael. I'm sorry.
So you would be on TV and you'd be like, dude, we saw you on TV, and you're just like, I wouldn't. No.
That's
I-
a good
yeah,
point.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was?
You couldn't
Oh,
even see.
Yeah, I couldn't even watch my own episode. I'm like, really?
That's crazy. Never thought about that. Yeah, we would have to when we'd be hanging out with Matt, we'd catch him up. We'd be like, "All right, Matt, this is like the new music. This is the new shows."
Yeah.
Matt did you live out in the country, out in the backwood,
Yeah, I mean, we
chopping wood?
NEPA, just trying to keep warm during the winter was essentially the only goal, you know?
It's funny. I grew up the same way. Just I also had video games and TV. So.
Gotcha.
I got the best of both.
Well, as far as collaboration goes, guys, I would love to do a collaboration.
Yeah, man.
If that,
That would be
if
awesome.
that page
Look
ever,
at
if
that.
that, whatever you guys need, even if it's, about me being Hispanic, let's roll with it. You know what I'm saying?
We're
Like,
gonna
Yeah.
go, yeah.
we'll get it going. Playing Uno, and you guys call me out on a green card, watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, like shit. But yeah, man, I would love to do a collaboration with you guys.
We could
Anything
definitely
of
do
that.
that because that's another thing.
Yeah.
Is just bodies. Like right now, we're stuck at writing skits with only 2 characters. 'cause
Yeah.
there's only 2
Yeah, that's the other,
characters,
like, they
you know?
have to always just be
Like
two characters.
it would be helpful if we.
You guys can use my set, whatever the hell you need, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I packed Matt told me we were staying the night here, so.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I
So we're gonna
packed.
do something tonight.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
and then he said we have like a morning podcast that
Yeah.
we like all catch up about what we did last time.
Yeah.
That's what he told me at least.
Do you guys have any other podcasts planned or anything like that?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I
besides
just-
the one in the morning with you?
Well, like
no.
that's the thing is like we're not like we're very new to trying to
In
like reach
media.
out to people.
Yeah.
We're very new to
Networking.
networking, and it's not
Yes.
something that we've been doing. So like trying to find people to collaborate with is tough. So I think like doing something like this is definitely beneficial.
I'm sure you relate with this show. Like the worst part of all of this is like the online networking, having to.
I'm an animal at it. I know. Sorry, my apologies. And that's a question that I had here for you guys was like, how do you guys push out your media, get more stuff to be consistent? I mean, you guys make 2 to 3 minute short videos,
Yeah.
but within those short videos, there are times where you can condense it and get those shorts that you
Of
guys
course,
do on
yeah, yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Put those shorts on Instagram. I even just started a TikTok. I absolutely dislike TikTok. I've said it time and time
Yeah.
again.
you just
But
gotta
it's
adapt.
post and ghost, bro.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Post and ghost. Don't worry about it. Let it do its thing. So media wise, that's something that you guys need to.
Yeah. Well, you explained it so well. It's kind of gonna make me sound like a little bitch when I explain my side, but it's just like I get so overwhelmed by it, and I'll complain to Matt. It's like, dude, I just want to make videos. I don't give a shit about Instagram, but you have to.
Yeah.
Like TikTok, like you said, you don't like it, but you had to post on
You
it.
have to do it.
Same thing, like with I don't even kind of get TikTok. I feel like it blew past me. I don't understand.
don't either.
Yeah.
Well, it's all coming to an end. It's all coming to
That's
an
the word
end.
on the street. Is that signed, sealed, delivered, confirmed?
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter.
Well, let's do it because then I don't have to figure it out.
I think
Then I don't have to figure it out. So let's just get it out of there.
I think
So.
they did say that they're going to sell. They're not going to sell. So it will shut down unless the Supreme Court comes.
Why are they shutting it down?
Because they don't want to sell the company to an American company.
Oh,
They don't want to
Yeah.
sell.
It's a whole.
No deal.
if the Chinese want to
Yeah.
spy on me, I'm not doing shit.
Like, they're
I
not
don't
already
do
spying on us?
I don't do
Yeah.
anything. If they want to spy on me, like go, they can have all my information. You know, I don't know what the Chinese are going to do with it, but I don't have much going on.
Well, as
So they
far
can
as
take it.
media goes, guys, you know, I think you guys can definitely do it, and I'm willing to help you however I can. Just with like,
You might have
We
to.
would.
no,
need some
seriously. I mean,
advice,
like,
yeah.
it's all about formulating a plan. Okay, so like over here at the Middleman Podcast, with everything that we do, it's all about you guys do it as well. Backlog. We
Mhm.
backlog
Mhm.
everything. Once you backlog everything and you have yourself a set schedule, you're good. Like you're
Yeah.
golden. Like nothing can really knock you off of that unless corruption in a file.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it could disrupt that for you. And has that ever happened to you guys where you've shot a whole skit and then there was a corruption in audio or video?
Happened to me with music making before. It happened to me on the music side of things, and it's one of the worst feelings on the planet.
It is.
sucks. Has
No.
it ever happened to us?
No, it's never. Thank God, you know, because
Yeah,
Please,
I think the worst
This is
that's
all
happened to
plastic.
us is like not like after the fact realizing we don't have the best sound or something.
And that
Yeah.
happens. That happens. Which you guys have made improvements from the first video I've seen to where you guys are now. The sound is crisp. I want to say with the production, you know, it really shows that your knowledge and the
Thank you.
work with the
Thank
with the cuts, the displays. I don't even know how many cameras you guys are using, but I did see a shot that was behind the scenes, and it looks like you guys have a serious rig, a great setup. You
Yeah.
know, you guys really invested in those tools, and that's the first step. You know, you invest in the right equipment. You know what you're looking for. You trade it in, you buy it, you upgrade. You know, and you guys are making those steps. And to say that you guys have a page that's been online for I'm gonna say 6 years now, and it's at like 300 plus subscribers is immaculate. Like that is
Yeah.
great in my opinion. Like I've had this podcast on YouTube for about like 2 years, maybe 2
Mhm.
2 or 3 years now. Maybe you're going into 3, and we're at 300 subscribers.
Yeah.
And it's all about like, so what it is when you guys are producing great quality work and great quality content, the people are it's gonna find a crowd. And I really
Yeah.
do feel like you guys naturally found your crowd through your videos, through just being out in this space, through you being a Hollywood star. You know, that
Hollywood big shot.
please,
that really benefited you guys. But
Aw.
nonetheless, ultimately what carries you guys and what I enjoy to see when it comes to anyone when they're talking about, you know, hey, can I get a show, is the production and the quality. And you guys definitely have that.
Thank
So
you.
kudos to you. I really love what you guys are doing there. What type of cameras are you guys using? I know Michael had that question. Michael's, you know, just likes to get informed on that type of knowledge.
Yeah.
Matt's a bit more of the camera guy. So
Yeah.
he has this one.
The like very first videos that you see were filmed on this camera called the Black Magic Micro Cinema camera, which is like a camera that they use to like, it's this tiny little ball of a camera that like they'll usually use if there's like a scene that you see like explosions in.
Okay.
People will buy those cameras, set them up, and like that those are like just small enough to get into spaces. But like it's just like it was like a cheap camera at the time. And then I eventually moved up to the Canon EOS R5, and that's what like I think the
R100. These are
the
R100.
R100s. Look
Yeah.
at that. Look at that.
How about that?
And eventually I had the Black Magic Pocket 6K. I had that for a long time, and we mostly use those for the music videos, but it's just for a while it was just easier to use the Canon camera because it was, you know, we could just throw it in the video mode. We didn't have to do any color correction. It was like autofocus, and that was pretty much, it was just trying to be simple as we possibly can. But now that we like are taking our time, I can pull the Black Magic back out, set things up, actually like focus on lighting a bit, focus on like the camera. We can color grade, you know, we can actually add some like production value to it.
Having for shooting anything, having time is the important thing. Like
Yeah.
having time to set up is what you need. And like with the music videos, I think some people go into it thinking like maybe they're just doing like a 2-hour thing, and like, yeah, you can still get a pretty cool music video out of that. But hey, if you take the day, just do an 8-hour shoot, get as much footage as you can get creative. Your video is going to come out just that much better. So definitely taking time to set up as much as possible is going to help you out.
Yeah, I've heard that. You know, just keep shooting nonstop. Just
Yeah,
keep shooting
keep
because
shooting,
no
keep
matter
shooting.
what, it'll, you know, whether you use it or not, at least you have it.
especially music videos. If you think you're done, if you feel like you have enough, shoot twice that, and you're gonna think when it's time to edit, you're gonna thank yourself so much.
Well, real quick, gentlemen, we're at the middle of the show here. Let's tap into tea time, not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. Cheers to tea time. Shake it up, if you will. That's up to you.
This is not going to implode?
No, just let it settle for a minute. I got you, bro. We're there.
We're there.
All right, here we go. ASMR for my peoples. Pepsi.
Dang, love me a good sweet tea.
Grumpy old man ASMR.
We're going to do one quick question today out of the teapot. James or Matt, who wants to pick the question out of here?
Shove your little fingers in there, James.
One question. Pick it out.
That's
and
what
then
she
hand
said.
me the paper, and I'll read it.
I think I picked. Oh, no, that's one.
Let's see. Welcome to Tea Time, not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. Today's question, I just wrote this today. I'm really happy we got it because this is amazing. All right, this is the question of the day. What has been the most unique way you prepared a dish? And when I say a dish, I mean like cereal and milk is considered a dish. What is the most unique way that you have made a dish? I will go ahead and start this off because I have one already in my head, and I was being judged about it the other day. And I'm like, honestly, it wasn't that bad. So there was a time in my life where my buddy and I, we enjoyed grilled cheeses. All right, grilled cheese
Absolutely.
grilled cheese was the way to go. Well, I wasn't too well versed on the stovetop, so I didn't know how to do all that extra stuff, right? So we came up with a genius idea to save time and not save money, but we saved time on grilled cheeses. So what we did is we got the bread, right? We had the bread, slice of cheese, piece of bread, put it together.
Okay.
Smush the shit out of it.
Nice.
Put it all on one side of the toaster.
Oh my
And then
God.
you would do it again twice, and you put it on the other side of the toaster, and then you just press toast. And like that, you had 2 grilled cheeses
Oh my God.
That's pretty fantastic.
right in front of your eyes. And that was the most unique way that I've ever made a dish. I have made high snacks before, and my high snack, I thought I was a genius.
That was one of them?
No, one of my high snacks, you want to know what it is?
Please.
Bread, toasted, some peanut butter, right? And then like golden graham cereal on the top.
Oh, so you're 70.
That's pretty
But I didn't, but I didn't like crush it up neither. I kind of just put the full cereal on there.
Yeah.
High snack. That was the way to go with a cup of milk.
I think my answer to that question would actually also be, because I'm not much of a, I can do all the basics. I'm not much of a cook though, but would be a high snack that went wrong one time. That used to just be, I was big into bacon, egg, and cheeses. Still love bacon, egg, and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
But what's you like about them is the simplicity, right? It's just like, I don't know what was in my head. I'm going to make a crazy one. Made bacon, egg, and cheese with sauteed mushrooms. I made some little hash brown patty, overly seasoned. I made some ham on top of the bacon. I put some pepperoni. I grilled pepperoni until it cupped.
Dude, how
And
high
I put
were
it-
you?
Yeah. Put it on syrup and ketchup and multiple things on the bagel.
Stop.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm thinking I'm a genius. I took one bite. Disgusting. Like, not all those things all in one did not need to be combined into one sandwich.
insane.
It tasted like shit. Like the grilled cheese thing probably tasted good, right?
Yeah, no,
Dude.
I mean, I could have burnt the house down potentially, but
I went through, this took a while. I went through a process and it tasted like shit. I took one bite and threw it out. I was like, oh. I didn't throw it out. I threw it in the woods so like some animal could
so
enjoy it.
talk me
Yeah.
through that, bro. Like, did you just keep going in the refrigerator and saying, yeah?
I actually remember I set it all out ahead of time, and I'm like, this is all going to be it. Like, it was very Scooby-Doo, like when they build the big sandwiches, you know? Like, it was, I picked it all out ahead of time, and I'm like, this is all going to be in one sandwich. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tasted bad. It wasn't good.
I think you fucked up
I did.
by adding.
There's
A lot.
sauteed
There's a
mushrooms.
lot.
There was mushrooms on it.
Yeah, no, the hash brown's a W. Like, that's.
Yeah, hash brown's kind of normal.
that's normal.
But over,
Yeah.
I seasoned them like just not like I didn't understand what seasoning was. Like there's just like 20 different things on there. There's
Cayenne
there's
pepper.
rosemary on it.
Cayenne peppers, cinnamon,
Yeah.
fucking anything and everything. Nutmeg,
Yeah.
whatever.
I wasn't even reading the spices at that point. I was just throwing them on.
Matt, what do we got, man?
I feel like mine's not necessarily.
Matt's actually a good cook.
Mine's more of the lack of preparation. I didn't prep something. Mine's more of I didn't prepare a meal, and it's just
The opposite of my story.
it's the pack of ramen. You take the ramen, and when you're in high school, and of course
no.
you're not around any boiling water. You have zero stove access to, so
I know where you're going with
so
this.
you gotta take the solid brick of just shards, and you take the ramen packet, the chicken packet, and you do a little dust, you sprinkle, and then you munch into that thing, and then you just give yourself 45 splinters in your mouth of just noodles.
That's honestly
It's just crunch. It's terrible. It's awful.
I've
It's
been
not a
there.
good idea.
I've been there, bro, and I advocated for that. Like I would tell people, like,
Did
you're
you?
not doing this. What's wrong with you? Like, what's going on here?
Whoa.
Seriously, I was like, come on, this is like the life hack of the year.
I don't think I ever hit that.
It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
I don't think I ever got there.
It's good.
I believe you, though.
It's good.
Go ahead, Michael. I know
No,
you made something fucked up. He's had to, bro.
No, but I did do the ramen thing, bro. We did that way back when we were younger. We used to hand them out and be like, "Yo, do it this way."
Yeah,
We'd
yeah,
all
yeah,
eat
no,
it.
seriously.
So, like, we did that.
Join the pack.
Wait, what was it? You said the cheat meal, like you were broke or something like that. What was it? Yeah, cheat meal, right?
What, the question?
Yeah, the question.
Oh,
right?
the question. Well, what was the most unique way that you made a dish?
How did we get here? Like to the high snacks. Oh, the most unique way.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I want to talk about my cheat meal really bad, bro.
Go ahead. Let's hear your
my
cheat meal.
dude. Was tortillas with just cheese, and that's it, dude.
That's
You
pretty good.
microwave it all,
Just
Ooh.
tortillas.
I've definitely done
honestly.
that. I've done that. Yeah.
or just straight up hot dogs, really.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, I was
nothing on them.
I have a story about
Just the
tortillas.
glizzy. That's it.
Straight glizzy.
I have a sheet story about just a tortilla and cheese. I tried ordering a burrito from Sheets, and something was wrong with the app. So when I got to Sheets, the guy called my name. He's like, Matt, and then I walked up thinking he was gonna hand me my burrito that I prepared, and he was just like, "Do you want your order as like you ordered it?" And I was like, "Yeah." I mean, I was like, "Yeah, of course." He's like, you just ordered cheese. It's like you just ordered a tortilla and cheese. I was like, that's definitely not what I ordered.
That's amazing.
So then I had to go back and then tell them what I wanted on it.
That's why we love Sheets, though. I mean, that guy knew.
Guy
He
saved
saw
me.
that order, and
He
that
could have just gave me a
like,
tortilla and cheese.
If that was a freaking Wawa, they're just giving it to you.
They're throwing it at you.
But
You
Sheets,
guys have a
they care
vendetta
about
against
you.
Wawa?
Are you kidding me?
It started as a joke. It started as like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if we act like we hated Wawa? Now it's evolved into
No,
like, I
it's
hate
real.
Wawa.
This is real. This is like we live in
Oh,
PA.
there's one coming in the area. I got an ad on TV the other day. Like
Yeah.
there's a Wawa coming. I don't know where.
You know,
Dixon.
People-
Dixon City, they're saying it's going to be
you know,
right across from the Wegmans.
Not
so
if I have anything
they
to
better
do with it.
watch out.
Not if I have anything.
They
to
better
do with it.
watch out for real.
People always, whenever you ask somebody, they're like, "Oh, why would you like Wawa?" And they're like, "Well, they have healthier options."
It's gas station.
He said, hold up.
Yeah.
Hold the fuck up.
Yeah.
When
Go off.
when you walk into a gas station, I'm not preparing to eat a healthy meal.
No.
I'm not looking for a salad.
No.
I'm pumping 87 octane into my gas tank.
Yeah.
I'm pumping gas, and I'm looking for something that can clog my arteries.
Hell yeah.
That's what I want when I walk into a gas station.
And where do you
order
go?
food.
Where do
I
you
go?
go?
To Sheets,
He goes to
James.
Sheets.
I order
He goes
from
to
Sheets
Sheets.
so I can get mozzarella sticks on top of a burger.
Yeah.
All right.
The Mott's Burger.
What does Wawa have? A salad? Get out.
Dude, I might get a Mott's chicken sandwich when we leave. Why did that stop in your tracks?
Hey, listen, you guys might not like this, and I'm just going to keep it to my...
Yeah, please keep
Nah,
it to
let us
yourself.
know.
No,
I'm going to keep it to myself.
No,
I'm going to
please.
keep it to myself.
Please share.
Wawa over Sheets. And so my other high snack...
where are you guys from? Are you from Scranton?
I'm from Mount Pocono,
Oh, okay.
Toby Hanna.
So is
Alright.
that far enough that it goes into
I don't think
Wawa
there's a
area?
Wawa near
There's Wawas over there.
I'd probably block it out.
Mount Pocono has more so Wawas than Sheets, but there is a
Oh, okay.
Sheets out there.
Yeah,
But
just Sheets has treated me well.
Number one fan here. Yeah, no. I remember we said a while back. It's like if you like sheets, you probably have an alcohol addiction, or you're just you like cars because you do the carbons and sheets parking lots.
Yeah, I don't know much about cars, but I do have alcoholism for sure.
And so, my last snack that I want to share with you guys. There was a time where I was broke as fuck. It was just bread and adobo, bro. That like you guys know what adobo is?
Bad.
Yeah, it's just it was just bread and sprinkle some seasoning on top
That's
of it.
yeah, mine was cinnamon toast. Same exact idea. Make a piece of toast with cinnamon on it.
All right,
Like same concept.
Listen, we all been there, and with that being said, everyone, thank you for tuning in for Tea Time, not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. We're going to continue on with this conversation because there's a lot we got to get through. I want to talk about some of your skits here. I have them written down. You know, maybe we could talk about how you guys produce them, the ideas. What some of one of my personal favorites has to be: should we save an inmate on death row? Okay, that one right there takes the cake for me. What was the public's view on that video?
People like that one.
I think people
pretty good with that one.
I think we're finding more and more that people, you know, kind of like what you were talking earlier. I think like we are finding a lane, and I think that people like are starting to understand our jokes a bit more. So like, I think people like that one.
That one, I don't even know how.
Where did the idea originate from? What were you guys watching, bro? Like, come on.
That was one that we had. That I mean, I bought the costumes for that video like months, like maybe last.
It was one of those ideas.
It was one of those ideas we just sat.
It was
on
deep in the list, and we just sat on it for a long time.
Yeah, so it's been so long. I actually don't know how it originated. To be honest with you, I did when I was like a young, happy college boy. I was big up on the whole death row argument. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think it just seeped in. I was like, let's make a skit. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's just most of the ideas they just come from like just that'll be funny. You know, a guy choking on death row. You're like, what do you?
Yeah, it's
taxpayers.
Dude, and then then we write it down, and then eventually it became like, oh, we're saving money for the taxpayers. We don't have to give this guy an injection.
But it is funny, like if. That's also the actual argument in real life. So it's like an accidental political comment that we didn't mean to do. But looking back at it kind of did.
You guys do kind of throw a little bit of it.
It's never it's never been on purpose.
It's never really.
It's always been we look back and we're like, hey, we kind of did that.
You kind of did that. Like another prime example, your most recent video that was released. Your roommate called 911 on you and got you arrested for not using a coaster. One of the things that kind of was like a little controversial, not to me, but like, was to stop resisting when you're tasing the guy. You had me dead when you were outside the fucking window. Like that was a perfect cut to be like, just listen to him. Like, no, that was a really well thought out, well planned, and funny as shit. That I don't want to spoil it. I really want everyone to go and watch this, but the things that you were alarmed about, and the things that you weren't alarmed about, is brilliant. Like it's comical. It's some real shit. It's like we're slandering the police, but at the same time, it's sometimes some real shit where it's like, they just ignore the obvious and choose the little things. Like, all right, prime example, these fires in LA right now. You know, the primary suspect was climate change, and now primary suspect is minorities running around and lighting this place on fire. And I'm like, what is going on? What is the story?
Why?
So now we're just arresting people. You know, I obviously don't know the logistics and the ins and outs of it, but that's what I'm saying. You guys do have those little pockets that are real, that do pertain to real life, but you guys add your twist and your spin to it to make it funny and comical, and you guys are really good at doing that.
And I do think there's people that get a bit hyped up about, like, if the roommate leaves the dishes out or something. Like, I've seen those posts on Reddit.
No, I mean, I'm a coaster. I've said it on the show, and I'll say it again. And when I said it, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to say it, but I'm going to say it again. I was like, I'm a coaster Nazi.
Yeah, big on
I'm
coaster.
a coaster Nazi, bro. And then the one guy was like, would you go as far to say that? I'm like, yeah. Like,
I think that came up because when we got when we moved into a place like September, and that kind of came, like, I brought a bunch of coasters, like way too many coasters that two people need. I think it probably came from that.
Yeah, there's just a pile of coasters.
We have a lot of freaking coasters.
There's two people in there.
If all four of us were at our place right now, we could have 3 drinks each, all with a coaster.
Another phenomenal video. The talk to text, bro. The talk to text guy.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Michael and I were watching that. Michael really enjoyed that one. Yeah, no, that's some real life shit. I've been in that situation before where it's like, and you're commenting like, I don't think your grammar's correct. You know, like
that was one that we meant the third guy in that video, our friend Matt Russo out in LA. That was all him. He wrote that script. He sent it to us. That was fully his creation. But I also love that one because, people do like just in public doing the talk to type is a bit crazy.
Yeah,
it's a bit nuts.
It's a bit nuts. It's a bit nuts. The hypercore.
Yeah,
there's a hypercore video that you guys did, right? Oh no, wait. Hypercore? Am I saying that right?
No,
or Hope
Core.
Hope Core. The Hope Core.
That's my personal favorite.
That is like, it's so simple.
Yeah.
It's so simple, but it takes you a long way, and it was really good. It was really thought out.
Yeah.
That's one of your favorites, you said?
Why
is that?
That's my personal favorite. It just makes me laugh.
I think it's just one of those ones that like personally made us laugh. But like
I
don't think a lot of people got
found it funny.
I don't think a lot of people like understood it because it's just like this really small niche thing that exists on TikTok that I don't think is.
Yeah, if you look through like TikTok and Instagram, you ever see those Hope Core videos that would just kind of be a video of something nice happening.
It'd just be like it'd be like a guy getting engaged, and it'd just be like all this inspirational. I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, so that's just the concept is someone who sees that and it actually changes.
And like they look up and they go like, you know what? I am okay.
You're damn right.
And that was another one. Like that's one that we're holding hands and running around in the field together.
Yes.
Once again, there was not a third guy there. It was just the two of us in a field holding hands.
Is that difficult for you guys to make those videos happen with just the two of you? Do you wish you had a third?
It's nice to have a third, just because. It's just. I mean. Right now, this is nicer than just the two of us talking.
Yeah. I mean, typically, like, usually when we do have our friend Matt come home and he helps us with skits, usually we'll always make him and James, the primary characters. That gives me the chance to be behind the camera and actually, like, shoot it so that way.
Where you strive.
Yeah, and we write a lot of odd couple stuff, which is just like there's, one guy that's like the straight, clean cut character, and then one guy's like the kind of more wacky character,
So before we move on, because I want to get to this movie that you were telling me about, before we move on, are there any other skits that we should highlight here? Another one that I'm a fan of is the hammock. I said that earlier. It's simple, it's relatable, it's funny.
I feel like everyone tells us that one's their favorite. That's their most liked from.
Yeah, definitely our most recent, the roommate cop one. Definitely check out. I think we really hit our stride with that one. The one right before that came out was a sleep study based skit. I personally.
Do you know your dad?
Yeah,
on a for real, bro. Because there's been a few skits there where it's like, does he know his dad or not? Like,
yeah. There's also been like 3 skits that I end up playing a cop. So I don't know what that means.
I think one of the other favorites that we have is the gay zombie. The guy.
The gay zombie.
Yeah. It was a girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that one was obviously like a commentary a bit because I was also just watching a lot of Walking Dead at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so needed to do.
Also the spare key one. I just saw that one before you guys got here. I saw that one and I'm like, that's brilliant. That's
I think
funny.
that might have been the first one that got written down. That was, I think, the first one.
The first one that actually started.
The first one that was actually like, let's write down the whole thing. Yeah.
Awesome, man. No, I'm a big fan of your guys' work. I think you guys are going to go extremely far. I do know a handful of comedians that I would love to point your way. Are you guys familiar with a comedian? His name is Chris Jones.
No, we just recently been trying to like find comedy shows in the area.
He's the guy.
He's the guy.
Chris Jones he's right up. I feel like you guys would just mesh really, really well.
Do you go to shows in there? Like
yes, I
shows?
go to Don't Tell Comedies all the time.
Oh yeah, we've been.
Where's that?
Yeah.
You just got to see it on social media.
Yeah, those are the ones that like they're just pop up.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
correct. Yeah. Pop up shows.
We're dying to get to one of those.
Yeah, no, most certainly. Whenever I see it, I'll just send it to you guys' page, and I usually tend to go.
Is there any steady venues around
No,
here?
it's
like
all. In this area, like comedy wise.
Yeah.
That's a great question. Comedy.
Wisecrackers.
Yes.
But that one is that's
Mohegan Sun.
Mohegan Sun.
Oh,
correct.
yeah, okay.
But those actually pull in some pretty sizable comedians.
Yeah, I'd love to pop. What are the pop-up ones called?
Don't Tell Comedy.
I would love to.
Don't Tell Comedy. No, if you haven't gone, they're a wonderful experience. They're always at a new venue. And it's typically BYOB unless it's in a bar.
Yeah.
But I've gone to one where it was in a soap shop. The other one was in a restaurant. Like a super fancy restaurant. But it's a lot of fun. It's
yeah,
real
we
intimate.
just love to link up with anybody in the
Yeah.
comedy scene at all.
Yeah.
that'd be
All right,
great.
cool. Yeah, no, we got some comedians that we are familiar with, and Chris Jones is definitely one of the top guys. He's well versed on YouTube. He's well versed on doing all types of stand up
Awesome.
in New York,
Yeah.
Binghamton, out here. He's on the go, 25/8, no escape.
Have to
Shout out
check
you,
him
Chris
out.
Jones, the man, the myth, the legend.
Chris Jones,
Now,
please.
real quick, before I wanted to talk to you because you had mentioned to me, Matt, that you had Sacred Ground as a movie that you were producing, recording, directing. What were you doing a part of that? What is that?
So it started off with, I also did a little freelance videography for a time. And then there was a guy who approached me and he had a script and he asked me if we could help him, get it off its feet. And so I kind of pulled all the strings I possibly could in this area. And eventually we ended up with a full crew and a full cast.
Yep.
And it was my directorial debut.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Direct. We're both in it as cast members. By the end of the shoot, I don't know how many hats I was second AD, I was prop master.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot.
Eventually,
But
it
yeah,
just got to the
Shout out
everything
Glenn Fiorella, nice man in Hamlin, PA. He just came to us with a movie that he wrote,
the
and we
script.
helped him make it.
Yeah, and he came to us. We helped him get all the people we can in the area to get everything shot. And yeah, it was the first time that we actually saw like a full movie through. The first time from like the absolute inception of it to like now it's in the final phases of the editing. So
Wow.
it's truly like an
Yeah, and
education.
it's also proof that it is a full movie filmed in Lake Ariel, Pennsylvania, and we didn't leave that area. It's all filmed there, and it can be done. It can be done.
Yeah, it exposed us to a lot of people in the area as well. Like,
Yeah,
it
met
exposed
tons
us to
of-
like people who actually are legitimate, talented people that we
Like,
didn't really realize existed in
Our
the area.
cinematographer, his name is Zach. He's who on our channel you might have seen the Naughty Elves.
Yes, yes.
He helped.
He helped us out with that. Helped us shoot that. Yeah. So I don't know when Sacred Ground might be. Again, this is our first time in the process. I don't
Yeah.
really know, but right now it's in sound mixing. Me and Matt are going to get a chance to score it and do the music a bit. So yeah, keep your eyes out for that.
Yeah, we'll
for
keep-
sure.
May we get a little bit of insight as to what the plot pertains?
Absolutely.
The plot, the one thing we probably weren't involved with was the writing. That was Glenn and his daughter Sophie wrote a great script to be filmed, in the woods of PA, and it's 6 hunters / campers, 6 boys that work together, 6 guys, 6 dudes. And
if you would.
yeah, head out to a nice hunting camp to have a nice little camping, fishing, hunting trip, and they get into it with a local cult that does not like them being in the woods. They're not very happy
Not
with
very
them being
happy.
there.
They crossed onto their lands.
Yes.
AKA Sacred Ground.
Sacred ground.
There's some death, there's some blood, there's knives, there's machetes, there's beautiful drone shots.
There's
You get to see me and Matt act in non-comedy skits. We act seriously.
and there's some blood. There's less blood in other parts of the movie than there are because we kept running out of blood.
Yeah,
We
because
can't-
that's how much blood is in this
You
movie.
just make it.
If
Just,
you love,
We just slam our head against something.
You
I
like-
got it.
you like horror movies, you like bloody movies, Sacred Ground, this is the movie for you.
Fantastic. I mean, guys, that sounds like it is phenomenal. It sounds like, once I said it again, like, you guys are finding your lane. You're finding your
Yep,
people. They're
for
seeing
sure.
your work. They're seeing the production style. They're seeing the quality. No one approaches you with that opportunity unless they have faith within your guys' work. So that is monumental for you guys to be achieving that. And I'm really looking forward to seeing this entire thing play out because, I'm sure it's going to be possibly half a year to a year until
Yeah, it's probably
we
going to
see
be a
anything
bit.
about that.
Yeah, I
It's
mean-
in other people's hands now.
Yeah.
It's a bit beyond ours.
So
Gotcha.
we're a bit unsure when we might see a finished product, but I don't believe that we're too far out from one. So
Yeah.
But like I said, but like James said, it is kind of out of our hands at this point. Like,
It's now in sound editing, so we're not doing it. So.
Well, as I said, guys, I'm looking forward to seeing it. It has been that time, guys. We pretty much wrap up the show here. You guys are
awesome.
Phenomenal people. I really enjoyed this podcast. Collaborations are most definitely coming your way. Any way I can help, guys. I am the middleman. I know countless of people, and I know people who just love to be in front of a camera. So if you need someone who wants to be in front of the camera, I know plenty who would get in front of a camera, even with a decent following. But before we get off the air here, I like to give the floor to my guests. If there's anything that you guys want to share, a message to the people, anything of that sort, feel free to share it now. Matt, you'll go first, James second, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up the show.
I don't know. Please check out Half Woodie. We need it. I need you to watch the videos. Any view helps. Please just watch the channel. Please just watch all of our videos. Me and my friend James make videos, and we really want you to see the videos. Please go watch the videos. It's Half Woodie. Please. that's
And subscribe.
Yeah.
Please subscribe.
And I'm gonna follow up with saying that what you really should be doing is heading over to Half Woodie Studios on YouTube.com, clicking on a couple skits, watching them with your buddies, having a good laugh, getting credit from your buddies for finding such a funny video. They show it to their buddies, and you get all the credit. That's what happens if you click on Half Woodie. So, do that. I'm not as panicked about it, but Matt is.
I just need this to work.
Matt, this is Matt's last shot. I will be okay if this doesn't work. This is Matt's last go at it.
This is all I have left.
So his life is in your hands. If you've seen this podcast, you don't go check us out. It's your fault.
Guys, I'm telling you, these two are phenomenal. Their production style is great. They're funny. They have a great sense of humor. Their skits are well thought out. I don't push it on this show if I don't truly believe in it, and I believe in you guys, all right? So I thank you guys for being here. I'm looking forward to potentially collaborating within the future.
Definitely.
Definitely working closer. Anything you guys need, man, I'm here all the way. And with that being said, everyone, thank you for tuning in for episode 126 of the Middleman Podcast. I am the man in the middle, Kevin Martinez, signing out. Peace.